I am driven. I am driven to win. I am driven. I am driven to win. No matter what has came up against me, I will take a stand. I will believe in who I was created. I am driven. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Driven Show. I am your host, T. Nicole, with the most. And can I tell you, I want to say thank you for being yourself. I want to say thank you for showing up. And thank you for just being here on this evening. Before we get started, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. Like and share and comment on this video today because you guys are in for a treat. We want to make sure that you know this is a place you can call home. This is a safe space where you can come tell your story, promote your business, promote your brand, and tell the story that you have been dying to get out, or just the way you want to express yourself. You might want to come on here and sing. You might want to come on here and dance. You might want to come on here and do a whole entire play. Whatever it looks like for you, we would love to have you on our show because there is great things happen, and we know the power of telling your story. Things can happen for you when you believe in who you are, you give your all, and you let people know what you have endured to get to where you are. So today's special guest is my sister. She's all the way from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm so glad she is here to tell her story. Please, please, please welcome the one and only Irene to the show. Hi, Irene. How are you today?
Hey girl, I'm good. I wanna sing. You say we can sing, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Sing that song, girl. Go
I'm
ahead.
just playing. I'm not ready to sing today.
Oh,
I just had to
okay.
mix it up.
You had to mix it up. But listen, you tell everybody, like, listen, for real, Irene can sing. Irene can do a lot of different things, but she can sing.
You can sing too. I like those jingles you was making. When you was doing those jingles, you need to do some more.
Because you told me to do it, I'm gonna go back and do it. It's just I got a fat. Well, I found my voice again, so I had to find it. I lost it,
Right.
but I done found it again. So I'm gonna be singing very soon. So Irene, can you tell our viewers where you are from? Even though I told everybody, but where you're from and what you do.
Hey people, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm a podcaster. I also work with internet radio. And I feel like I'm just an all around creative. Like again, she said I sing, um, and I like to create different things. I actually draw. I don't really put broadcast that out there, but you know, I do a lot of things. But I enjoy doing our podcast, Cbiz Media, as you can see, and we talk about variety, inspiration, faith, life, love, relationships, all of that stuff on our podcast. And we are part of the LICMC family along with Miss T. Nicole, yes, and LICMC Radio. I'm a part of the family there, licmc.net, where we have gospel, faith-based, as well as all type of community radio and production for you guys to share and to enjoy. And we want you guys to be a part of that as well. So that's what I do.
You know something? You touched on so much because of the simple fact you are very creative. You are a wonderful person. I'm so glad that we connected. It's so amazing. Do you remember how we connected and what were you doing? Do you remember?
Yeah, we were at event, a nonprofit event in the downtown Detroit area, and we met you there. And you were just a bright light. You were just smiling, bubbly, and you were there just to do what you were here to do. As far as we were like networking and mingling, and you were just bringing joy and bringing love in the room. So that's what you brought. And
Mhm.
yeah, we were just talking about our different projects that we're doing and how we want to do things in the community. So that's how we met you.
It's funny how I said, "What were you doing?" And you tried to spin it off and say,
What
"What
was
I
I doing?
yeah, what were you
I was
doing?"
sitting. I was at okay. I was at the networking meeting.
Yes, working your magic and telling
I was
people what
I
you
was
do.
trying, girl. I was trying.
She won my heart.
As soon as you came in with that smile, we knew you was somebody that was special.
Oh, and she turned it on me. But again, I'm about
Yeah.
to put it back on her because of the simple fact this is why we're here. It's not about me. But the thing is, Irene has been a blessing to me because she said something. She's a podcaster and she's a part of the licmc.net family. And I am too. But I couldn't be a part of that without her because she saw something in me. And it's like, I thank God for you each and every day. And I thank God that you are being that beacon of light to help others excel to the next level as you excel, because as you excel, because you continue to grow, you're always providing opportunities. So like, can you tell our viewers, because we're going to have somebody that's going to reach out to you because of the work that you do, can you tell us like some of the things that you offer on your podcast, even though you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what, who, how can people get in contact with you, or what is it that you actually do as a media specialist?
I podcast. I invite guests to come on if you want to also talk about what you're doing. So sometimes we do have guest spots there as well. But really, it's all about kind of keeping each other up on what's going on in the world in a positive way, being a positive, inspirational light to people, and just keeping it real. That's really what the podcast is about, and LICMC as well is really about just spreading the word, letting people get out there on internet radio and say, you know, this is what I do, this is my product or whatnot, this is my ministry, this is how I want to help the world. So, you know, we're basically a platform that's out here giving people opportunities to just spread out even further and really just share what they're doing. So that's really what we offer. We have you can get spots if you have like a business or a company or even a podcast and you want a spot to promote your podcast, or you could get a full length show, 30 minutes to an hour. So, and we also broadcast not only on the radio, but you can see us on all the major social media channels as well. So it's visual as well as audio, and we also have connection with Comcast Cable here in Detroit. So some of our content is available to be seen on Comcast Cable in the Detroit area as well. So we offer an open platform for people to come and just share their light, what God has given them, whether it's a business or a product or just something in their heart that God said, you know, I need to spread this message. We need to do this in our community. So it's an open platform. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm glad to be a part. I got to give big love to my mom, Londen, who definitely got me started in this field, and we're continuing to work together. So thank you so much, Londen, for your drive. She just does so much, and she really inspires me. So connect with us, guys. Again, like T said, we're like a family here. So it's
Mhm.
all family and all
And
love.
you, and it is. And the thing is, you just shed some more light onto the things that I have going on in my life because I am a full time self employed now. And so, what you were saying really resonated with me. Like, sometimes I don't realize what I have. And what I mean by that, I'm a part of this amazing family. And then you just shed light on the different things that we as like small business owners or just business owners, like we take advantage of. Like, we have a lot of different resources at our fingertip, and sometimes we really don't take advantage of it the way that we should. And so I'm going to actually contact London, Washington today because it's something you said something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is probably the direction that I needed to go in the first place, but I didn't look at it for what it was. But now I see it. It's a bigger picture. So thank you for that. So, like, small businesses. So do you work with all small businesses? Because you have some people that are helping with the prison reform, some people that are helping with just change. And so do you guys allow them to be on your platform as well?
Yes, we work with, it's basically an open platform. If you, as long as it's something positive, of course we don't want any negativity on there. It's all about love. We are faith based, so God is a big part of what we do. and it's about community. So anything connected to community, faith, we're up for it. You have a business, anything, just reach out to us. Like if you have any ideas, if you like, well, I don't know if they would want me on there, just give us a call. Again, we are a family atmosphere. I'm very approachable. Londen is very approachable. And you could even reach out to T. She's very approachable, and we can just all connect. So, I mean, it's an open place for everybody.
Listen
All are
here.
welcome.
She said
Hmm.
all are welcome. And some I have a couple people that will be reaching out to you very soon because I believe in community. I believe in bringing people together, bringing change together because it's now needed more than ever. And the thing is we have to be willing to rise up together collectively, and I love what you guys are.
Hmm.
So thank you for that. So now back to your podcast. Because how often do you do your podcast and what's the name of your podcast? So that way people can watch it. I mean, go back and listen to it.
Yes, we are mainly audio podcast platform. You guys can find us on our website at cbiztvonline.com. That's cbiztvonline.com. And we talk about, like I said, just about everything. And also, again, we have that connection to TV, so you can watch us on Comcast Cable. Portions of our show could be seen on Comcast Cable in Detroit, and also you can see parts of it on our website as well. So it is you can see some visuals, but it's mostly an audio podcast. So
Hmm.
they can go to our website and check all that stuff out.
And what's the name of the website again?
It's cbiztvonline.com.
So, guys, I'm gonna make sure you have all of that information. It is included
Yes.
in the links, so just make sure y'all click on it. So now, can you tell us? Because you briefly touched on how did you get started in this field, and what advice do you have for somebody that is trying to become a podcaster or get in the field of media altogether?
I got started, like I said, my mom's been like a huge inspiration for me, and I saw her, get into it when I was a at a young age, and she had me working with her, and as well as my siblings when we were kids. We were doing the local cable TV, public access back in the day. She worked at the gospel radio station, and I ended up working there as well. I did go to Wayne State University and got a bachelor's in media arts and studies. So that's basically how I got started within the field. And then I just kind of tried to carve my own lane with this podcast, which I'm really enjoying. When I started podcasting, I think people were kind of like, "What's a podcast?" I mean, they kind of knew what a podcast was, but now it's like everybody has a podcast, and I'm loving it because everybody can have a voice. So, for my advice to you is, if you think you want a podcast, just go ahead and get started. There's a lot of simple platforms that take you step by step to get started. You really just need a good concept of what you want to talk about and what you want to bring to the people. It's just start there. I would suggest you come up with 2 3 good topics and have that at least planned out before you actually start recording, and link up with some of these podcast platforms. Many of them are free, some of them are paid, and some of them also allow you to monetize as well. But I mean, you do the research because it's a lot of them out there, and I don't want to just point you to one. I want you to find the one that's best for you. And if you're doing audio, it's a lot simpler. You can use your phone. There's apps and things that you can just use your phone and record your podcast directly to your phone. Some people are like, "Oh, I need a certain types of mics and I need this and that." And what I've learned and what I've seen some other podcasters say is just get started. Again, all you need is that concept. First of all, whatever's coming from your heart, start with that concept and just go from there and and get started. So that's my main tip, and just keep being consistent as well. And that's another thing a lot of podcasters will tell you. It may be years and years before you start to gain some traction as far as a lot of listeners, but there's just a lot of different ways you can utilize your podcast. Like you could promote, let's say you have a small business. A lot of people use their podcast to promote their small business. There's other things you can do along the way while you're waiting for your numbers to go up, your listeners to go up, and your monetization to get higher and higher. You can have guests come on, ask them for a donation to help support your podcast. There's many different ways that you can benefit from the podcast. It's a great way to network. There's a lot of people that just have guests on and they meet a lot of great people that way. They get a lot of new connections. So it's endless of different possibilities and things that you can do when it comes to podcasting. And it's simple, so don't get intimidated. And along with LICMC Radio, again, we say don't get intimidated. You're going to be on the radio. Some people are like nervous and like, what do I have to do? Just connect with us, and we'll tell you. It's simple. It's simple,
Mhm.
guys. Just bring your heart, your ideas, and plan something out. At least have, I will say, plan at least 2 or 3 shows ahead and get started. It's that simple. Follow
I
your
love
heart, because a lot of people say, you gotta have this, you gotta have this, and a lot of times we wait. We're waiting to get all of our ducks in a row, and by then we know if we're ever going to be able to launch it. Start with what you have, and as you start, you grow, you grow, and just keep working on it. Start where you're at.
the biggest thing I just heard her say, start where you at. Don't wait, because we lean into
Yeah,
people. We listen to them all the time, give us advice on what we should be doing when we have all the answers that we need. Just start. And that's what I did. I just started and I'm still going. And so I want to say thank you, because I know that was some, you dropped so many different valuable jewels right there, and I'm praying that everybody heard it, because so many times we don't want to start because we don't think we have what we need, but we
yeah.
do. Yes. So I got a
It's
question.
in
How
you.
long? Huh?
Go
What'd
ahead.
you say? Love? No.
I s-
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been podcasting since like 2017. Um, I've been in radio since like 2004. So I've been in it for a minute.
hmm
Yeah.
So, what advice? Because you just gave some good advice. So what advice do you have for somebody that's just starting out?
Again, just come up with it's in you. Like it's already in you, guys. It's like
hmm
um you just have to do a little bit of research as far as how you want to plan it, but it's already in you. You're the key. It's not all these extra things that we think we have to make it happen.
hmm
You have it inside of you, and you just have to have the courage to just put it out.
hmm And the reason why I asked you that question, because I know you just said you gave them some advice, but sometimes people think because you might be a year in, you might be 20 days in, you might be 5 days in, or you might even be 30 years in, and you still trying to figure it out. Just
Yeah,
start. Keep going. Figure it out.
exactly.
It
Yeah,
will work for you.
because things change as you go. You've been in it for so long. You got to learn the new stuff.
hmm
Um, I mean, you gotta get with what's going on at that time, but still, you can still pull back from the knowledge you already had. The basics are the basics, and again, it starts with your vision and what you want to do, and just trying to bring it to pass. And you don't need a whole lot. You don't have to go to school and all that stuff. You see how many people podcasting off for anything,
hmm
and some of these podcasts, you're like, what? But they're successful. Like, okay, I didn't know people were into that, but
They
I
be
mean,
it.
so why not you? Why won't you do it? It's your
Mhm.
turn.
Did y'all hear that? I heard that because she said that people are podcasting off of any and everything, and they are very
Hmm.
successful, because some people like. So the reason why I said that little piece to agree with what she said is because sometimes you think your ideas are not good enough, but you never know who is waiting on you to come up with that idea, because
Right.
they've been looking for those answers. They've been looking forward to you to just say today, I'm going to show
Exactly.
up as
Hmm.
myself. So I got a question. So what is your particular podcast about? Like, I think we touched on it just a little bit, but what do you like? What is your mission?
A lot of people have niche podcasts where
Mhm.
they talk about like one specific thing. I talk about everything because I just talk about whatever comes into my mind or whatever is trending. I feel like God kind of leads me as to what I should talk about.
Mhm.
and like what's on the heart of the people, what's going on in the community, what's on my heart, sharing my experiences because I know it's somebody out there that can get a little bit like say, oh, I can relate to her a little bit about what she's talking about.
Mhm.
So I come with love and I come with just like, hey, let's talk about this situation. Let's relate with each other. Let's show each other that we're there for each other. You're not alone. And
Mhm.
also, just like we might be thinking the same thing about this certain topic or this certain issue or something in the community. And it's something that we could come together on and it kind of unite us and we could work together on. So it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of just being real, showing love, and just being who you are. Like that's all. That's all I'm bringing to you guys is just like me, and I'm appreciating the love that I'm getting from y'all because I mean you guys are giving me the same thing back, and I just appreciate that. So it's just me just talking about everything. But a lot of times I want to inspire you because it always comes back around to inspiring and not just blabbing, but we had to come back to a point where okay, is there a solution to this? Should we pray about this? How do we feel about this? And what are we gonna do about this? Because we don't want to just talk and not have a point to it. So the point is pray about it, do something about it, change something if you have to, um, or just recognize it. Because sometimes things in the community people don't even know what's going on. Like, oh, this is going on, and maybe I can help, and maybe I could do something. But we have a lot of fun. I love entertainment. I love movies, music, things going on in the news, even some podcasting tips, business tips. Like we do everything. I had somebody that had independent film come on and talk about their independent film. We have different guests that come on. So we just do. We have a lot of fun. I call it a variety show. It's a variety show. It's the mix. Cbiz TV Media. The mix. It's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're gonna get, but you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a good time.
And you do.
Hmm.
Listen, you done had me as your guest a couple of times, and every time I come, because at first I was nervous, even though I was doing this
Yeah.
show, but just to be on the radio for real, like all the way, and
Yeah.
know I'm on the radio, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I getting myself into? But it
Exactly.
was necessary because you make it comfortable, you make it so fun, and it's like you allow us to be ourselves. So I'm glad that you have that type of platform to invite people that may be afraid to tell their story, that might be afraid to promote their business. You like just come as you are and just be
Yeah,
open because you never know what you might get because people need this outlet to be able to express
they do.
themselves. Yes.
And I
So
love
thank
podcasting. Yeah, podcasting is an outlet too. Like
you.
people get things off their chests. I think in a way it's a form of therapy for some people. Like, I mean, it's can be a very positive thing to because sometimes people deal with things in a negative way or they don't know where to put it. And like
Hmm.
let's say you're going through an issue and you're stressed and you just talk to your listeners and then your listeners showing you love and they say, oh yeah, I know what you're doing going through and I'm praying for you and all this. I mean, yeah, we come the podcast, it is just so many different blessings in it that I found. So I'm just saying that's all I'm about podcasting.
You know what? Thank you, sis, for that. And let me tell you why. Because you just keep on speaking to my spirit, and I'm over here like a kid in the candy store. I can't wait to get it launched because of the simple fact I wasn't gonna broadcast it. I wasn't gonna say nothing, and I'm not gonna say nothing prematurely. But I do want to just say thank you for igniting something inside of me because I feel like when you talk, it's like you're giving people the okay to step out on faith. You're giving the people okay to believe in them again. You're giving people the okay to just start where you are. And you just help me to see, even though me and you've talked before, we talk on a regular. But I thank you for just shedding your light today, bringing some insight because you are a survivor. You are driven by your purpose. You are CBiz Media. When I tell you, I've seen you and I've watched you grow into this amazing woman that you are. And I thank God for you. Excuse me, my allergies. But I thank God for you. So continue to be who you are. And what final words and thoughts do you have for our viewers?
Well, uh, again, just come from the heart for whatever you're doing, podcasting, business, ministry. Just let God lead you. We're in a time where if you have something to give, offer it. Just you can give it. Social media is a great way to do that. Social media gets a bad rap at times, but it's all in how you use it. So whether it's podcasting, your business, whatever your purpose is, community, just start out with the plan and go forward in that plan. You don't have to take a year. It depends on what you're doing. Some people might take a year to plan something out. Okay, but at that year mark, make sure you get started with it. Don't procrastinate. Don't say, "Oh well, this didn't come through like the plan did, so I can't do it."
Hmm.
You gotta keep moving forward. You gotta find another way. When there's a will, there's a way. We people of color know that. We women know that. We make things happen. Praise God. I thank God for my
Absolutely.
mama because I know she taught me how to make things happen.
Hmm.
But yeah, just keep moving forward. Find your way through this process and don't be afraid. Um, and I did want to mention about self love, loving yourself. If you really truly and love yourself, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do um, the best you can. You're gonna do what you can do because you know that you have the ability. You know you have the power. You know you have the strength. And I find my strength in God. Wherever you find your strength at, hold on to that, and you can do anything. But it starts with loving yourself. You have to love yourself enough to say, I'm gonna do this. I mean, a lot of times we live our lives for what people think about us or what they expect of us and all of that. But we got to throw that out the window. The pandemic and all that stuff taught us, throw it out the window. Life is short, guys. You got to live your purpose and your plan, even if it looks different to other people. It might look funny to them. Um, love yourself enough to go ahead and take that step forward to whatever God has for you to do. That's it.
Do you have any upcoming events, or would you like for us to tap into something that you have going on in the upcoming weeks or months?
I don't have anything specific right now, but you guys can always check out our podcast. We have new episodes every Friday, Tuesdays and Fridays, and sometimes I just drop some extra ones in there. So keep up with our website. You guys can see what's going on at cbiztvonline.com. That's cbiztvonline.com. We are having our TV shows coming out this Saturday, and I'm gonna talk about my hair journey there on our TV show. But go to the website, and you guys can get more information on that. You guys can actually watch the show on our website, or if you're in Detroit area, watch us on Comcast Cable Channel 20 in Detroit at 10 a.m. and that's on Saturdays.
Well, thank you, Irene, for being a breath of fresh air, for just sowing seeds into my life and to my viewers' life, because I feel like they are going to get exactly what they need, because you spoke to my spirit on today. And I just thank you for being who you are. So thank you for being a special guest with me today. And I appreciate you more than you know.
And thank you, sis. Love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Love you too. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. And guys, remember to tune in next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Central. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.